Hey, what's up everyone and welcome to my Adobe After Effects tutorial. In this video, we're going to take a look at how can you work with compositions and basically what exactly are compositions inside After Effects. Now, if you have been going around YouTube and looking for tutorials on compositions, everyone will be saying that you have to go over here, click over there, this and that. But let me give you a quick explanation or a basic introduction to what is compositions. Now, if you have been using Windows or Mac or Linux or anything like that, there's of course going to be folders, right? So the compositions inside After Effects are very similar to folders inside Windows Explorer or basic Windows OS. Like how we just go ahead and create a new folder and we add in different kind of files into it. Like we can add in our PDF files, we can add in raw files and PNGs and different kind of files. Similarly, in After Effects, we can go over here, okay, create a composition and start adding different kind of files inside it. So basically, compositions are like folders in which you add files in order to create your to create a final movie. So you can add in different kind of audio files. You can actually have compositions inside compositions. You can have PNGs or basically graphic data. You can have video files, and you can create lots of different kind of files that can be that are actually created inside After Effects. So you can create solids, cameras, lights, and lots of other cool things. So that's what compositions are all about. Okay, now let's take a look at how can you create compositions inside After Effects. Now, I think there are around 3 ways to do this. Okay, first you can go to composition and take this option, new composition. Then there is a keyboard shortcut, Control N. But personally, my favorite method is to click on this icon right here, which says create a new composition. And as soon as you do, you'll be greeted with this screen, or this dialog box will be given composition settings. Now, firstly, it is a very good idea to name your compositions every time. Now, whenever I'm about to start something, that I'm that I've thought and I've drawn and everything, so I'm gonna call this main comp. But whenever I'm trying to experiment with something, I just leave it to the default. So comp1 is also an okay comp, but if you're working with something serious, then it is very essential for you to name your compositions. And next we have the presets. Now there are going to be 2 tabs over here, basic and advanced. Okay, advanced really deals with rendering, and right now classic 3D or ray trace, I would advise you all to work with classic 3D, because ray trace is not really what a beginner should have selected. Classic 3D will basically have everything that you need need to have in your composition. So make sure that if you have if you have changed it to ray trace 3D, just change it to classic 3D. Now come to basic, and over here we have some presets. Preset friends decide what are going to be your width and height of the composition, and also the frame rate. So if you take a look at the presets, compositions actually the presets are divided into 4 main groups. Okay, the first 2 over here, web video and web banner. In my experience of using After Effects, frankly, I have never had the opportunity to work with these, so I don't really know why they are here. But if you ever want to work with them, so just want to say that they are here. You can take these. Next, these are the TV broadcast presets. Then we have the HD V and the HDTV presets. And the last set over here, basically, this deals with cinematography. So if you're a beginner, you will most probably be working with these 2 sets. Okay, and whenever you want to start something, you can just go over your preset and decide which one you want to choose. Now, if you have a good machine, you can go and work with HDV and HDTV 1080 or 720p. But I like to work with PAL-DV. Sorry, D1 DV widescreen square pixel. And now in this HD world, there are hardly any times when I work with these presets. Now most of the times I'm working with square pixels, and most of the times when even I'm shooting, I end up using HDV and HDTV presets. So this is what you'll be working with most of the times. Okay, and you can basically decide which one you want to choose, or you can actually manually type in the height and the width and create your own composition preset. So this is done when you are working with VFX. Okay, if you are familiar with this one guy, Andrew Kramer, he's a super famous guy. Okay, just go on Google, type in Andrew Kramer, you'll get to his website, Video Copilot. Definitely check those tutorials out. In that you will see that we most of the times keep changing some settings over here. So you can dial this, like, take this to a very high number, like 7,000. And right now I have checked in this option, lock aspect ratio, meaning the height and the width are gonna be, in in a proportion. But if I remove this, then my height and the width will be separate, and I can type in anything I want. So right now you can see I'm creating a square composition, but we don't want that, so I'm just gonna switch to HDV 720p. That changes to 1080 and 720. Pixel aspect ratio, most of the time, like I said, in today's world, no one really works with these anymore. Okay, you will be most of the times working with square pixels, so that is good. For creating motion graphics, like if you're working with any motion graphics project, then 24 or 25 is kind of a good frame rate, but 29.97 is also a frame rate that I use most of the time, so that is also good. Resolution, you can just keep it to full, because, and by the way, friends, all of these settings, once you have done them, you can come back to this dialog box and do it again. So tomorrow, if you think that I need to change something, maybe the height and the width, then you can just come over here, and I'll show you that later. But you can come and change those settings again. Okay, so just in case if you ever feel that you made some mistake in doing something, it's okay. You can always come back and change these settings. Start time code, for beginners, I would really recommend to keep all of these numbers just at plain 0. Okay, and for duration, well, it depends on what kind of work you're doing. So if you're working on some video, then but really 10 seconds is a good start rate. Okay, so if you have any other numbers dialed in, you can just change the third set of zeros to 10. Okay, so that basically means 10 seconds. The background color should be black, it doesn't hurt your eyes. And as soon as you're done, click OK, and you would have created a new composition. So this is what a composition looks. Okay, if you take a look over here in your timeline panel, there is your comp 1, and yeah, in your project panel, here is your comp 1. So you can do a right click and take composition settings if you ever want to change any of these settings again. Okay, and that is good. So that is how you create compositions inside Adobe After Effects. In the next tutorial, I'm going to be talking about the project panel. That will help you keep a track of all your compositions, and it'll be a lot of fun. So thank you for watching, friends. If this was boring, I'm sorry. We will get to the good part. We'll get to the animation, we'll get to effects, but these are some basics that you really need to know when you're starting in After Effects. And yeah, I've been getting this one question a lot, that friend, a lot of people have been asking me, TSL, what are your computer specs? Friends, my computer specs are 32 GB RAM, i7, and I use a 1 GB graphic card, ATI Radeon 7770 HD. So those are my basic computer specs. This was a custom build, so I've got a Corsair CPU, the cabinet, and 32 GB RAM, gigabyte motherboard, and yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Please subscribe, like my video, and please like my Facebook page. The link is gonna be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Take care.